Hi, Brad. Come on
Hey,
in.
thanks.
My name is Catherine Romine. I'm the social worker here. Um, Before we get started, is there anything I can offer you to drink, water or tea?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Okay. Well, have a seat. I have here that your name is Bradley Smith. Is that correct?
Yeah, I go by Brad.
You go by Brad. Okay, good to know. Well, Brad, my name is Catherine Romine. Like I said, I'm the social worker here at Penn, and just our initial purpose is just for me to get to know you today, just so I can get a little insight into who you are. And all I really ask in return is that you be as open and honest as possible with me. I know that may sound weird since we've never met, but hopefully today you can find that this is a safe and welcoming environment. That being said, anything you say in here will be kept confidential, unless I have reason to believe that you are posing a potential threat to either yourself or someone else. In that case, I will have to report. Also, keep in mind this is for the purposes of your success in school. So there may be, there will be things that won't be said, anything personal in nature, but there may be some certain things I do have to express to your teachers or the principal just to kind of get them on the same track, to get, hopefully, to get them to a place where they can help you succeed better too. So do you have any questions?
Not really.
Okay, Brad, well, just to get started, the reason that I asked you down here today is because your teachers and the principal have expressed some concern with your performance in school. There's been multiple truancies and tardiness, and also them saying even when you are in class, you're not really present, not focused, lack of participation, and they're at the point of talking about expulsion right now. I don't know if you were aware of that, but I asked them kind of as a last step in this process to see if I could meet with you to just kind of see what's going on, and to maybe hopefully help you in this process to, I took the liberty of looking at some of your transcripts from past semesters, and I noticed that this hasn't really been an issue in the past. Your grades were actually doing pretty well. You were pretty participatory in extracurricular activities as well. I just wanted to kind of ask you down here to kind of see what might have been the change. Just to get started, just tell me a little bit about what might have shifted this coming into this fall.
Well, classes,
Mm-hmm.
classes are harder senior year, so that's been tough.
Yeah. Tell me a little bit about your school schedule.
Well, I have class all day to get here, and I have lunch and somewhere in the middle of the day, I think 5th period, and then I have football after school.
Okay.
So, that kind of takes up a lot of time, but it's so worth it,
Mm-hmm.
It's so good.
You really enjoy football.
Yeah.
That's good. Tell me a little bit about what has been going on at home.
Well, I guess something that's happened is this early last summer, or this summer, I guess, my dad lost his job.
Okay.
He had a decent job in a big law firm, but times are tough, so stuff happens. So he's still looking. He gets like odd jobs here and there, but nothing he's been able to hold down. And my mom's been looking to go back to work too. Actually, she is a secretary for like a place she used to work for. So.
Okay. So your dad lost his job, and that's kind of put some stress on the family.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, it happens. Like, it happens to a lot of people, so it's not like it's that big of a deal. But it's tough to.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna go crying about it, but I mean, it stinks, but you know, it is what it is, right? You can't do anything about it.
So tell me a little bit about the effect that might have had on your home life and your family.
Well, for me, I guess, you know, it just affirmed the fact that, you know, I probably shouldn't be thinking about college next year. And for my brothers, I don't really know what it means for them. I have two younger brothers.
Okay.
And, you know, they don't really understand it. Like, they haven't really seen the difference yet because they're kind of too young to know. I mean, they know, but, you know, we haven't really changed that much yet because it's still kind of new. I mean, we've been cutting back on stuff, you know, trying to save money, and, you know, I've been looking to maybe try to get a job at some point after football, but there's just, you know, that's too much, I think, for me.
So you mentioned a little bit about you not really seeing college in the cards.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, college is expensive,
Mm.
and, you know, I was maybe looking to play football somewhere, but I don't think I'm good enough for that, honestly, and, you know, the fact that I don't think I can catch a full ride, so I would need money, which my family doesn't have. So, you know, I'm probably going to end up working somewhere, doing something, so it's kind of no point of even finishing up high school, to be honest, because I'm just going to come out and just get a job. Like, I feel like I'm kind of wasting my time in high school now that, you know, I probably should be out there working instead of learning about petri dishes in biology class.
I see. So college is something you were interested in, but now just kind of seems not really feasible.
I was interested in college because I wanted to play football, and I thought if, you know, I could get into a college, then, you know, I could work my way to try to get a scholarship eventually. But, you know, that was a wild card.
Okay.
That was a wild card.
So, you mentioned that you don't really feel, you know, what's been happening with your family. You don't really feel now that there's a point in really trying or finishing strong because you don't know what this is going to do for you.
Right.
And thank you for your honesty. That must be a really hard change in your family, going from a lifestyle you're used to, and then something happens, and suddenly things that you thought could happen in the future just don't really seem tangible anymore. That must be really hard.
I mean, it's not easy, but, you know, like I said, it happens. So.
Well, you mentioned a little bit about, you know, how college was something you were kind of hoping for to play football in the future too. That would be cool. But I want to hear a little bit about what you were hoping to do with that. Tell me a little bit about your hopes for the future.
Well, my dad was, and I told you, in a law firm, which, you know, I thought was cool, but, you know, I never really thought like I could do something like that because he's used to work so many hours and did so many things, and I just don't hold those values very high, you know. I don't hold like spending all that time. I think I'd rather have time to myself and to friends and to family. So I felt like if I could go to college and try to get, you know, play football and then like get a degree in something, maybe like psychology or something cool like that, and then like try to like just talk with people, because, you know, I kind of do like that, but like that's like I don't even know if like psychology is that, and you know, it was just more of like when they make you like do those surveys in the beginning of the year, like, oh, where do you see yourself? So I just to write that, but.
Okay, so you were kind of hoping for a future that involved a career that went more in a relational aspect, where you were working directly with people.
Kinda. I mean, I like that
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I mean, those are the most fulfilling jobs if that's the kind of thing you're looking for. Tell me a little bit about your class schedule has, if there's been anything that kind of has, I don't know how to phrase this, kind of led in that direction, like any classes that may have, like any psychology classes, I guess.
I am in the psychology class here,
Okay.
and with Dr. Kennedy, and it is pretty interesting.
Okay.
I mean, that's one class where, you know, I feel like even though it still doesn't matter for like what I'm going to do, like it's just kind of cool to, you know, pay attention to what he has to say in class. You know, he's a pretty cool teacher.
Mm-hmm.
So psychology class is like the one class that is like kind of cool. Well, you know, whereas, you know, English and like history doesn't matter.
So you're more interested in the subject of psychology than the other things, the other classes you're in?
I think so. I think it just seems cool. It's a nice distraction just to have something interesting to learn about during the day. You know, then that's the other worthless things, in my opinion. But.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. For my degree in social work, I've actually taken a lot of psychology classes, and they were some of my favorite.
Really?
So I definitely understand that interest.
Yeah, it's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, Brad. I mean, looking at your past records and stuff, I don't really see you reaching that achievement as impossible. I think you'd be very capable of doing that. But, I mean, understanding a lot of degrees where psychology is involved, you do have to get to the point of getting to that place where you can study that. So at this point in time, you know, English and biology, while they may not seem, well, biology does go a little bit into psychology,
I guess,
plays a little bit of a role, but they, at this point, are important for you reaching that end goal. Whereas later on, if you did go, you know, there's plenty of community colleges that aren't, that you can get scholarships to. We can work together in looking up some scholarships just in the area. So even getting the degree is a little bit more feasible. You're able to, with community colleges, you're able to, you know, live at home and save money that way. And then just a lot of community colleges just offer, you only take the classes that you, and I think IUSB is a lot like that too, or Ivy Tech. You take classes that are just particular to your degree, and some maybe outside that may pertain to that. So if that was something you're interested in, we here at Penn would be more than willing to help you look for scholarships and grants in that area, so that could be something you could seek to achieve if that was something you're interested in. If not, I know you mentioned that there's the possibility of getting kind of a vocational job after school, and we actually, if that's something you see yourself into, I want to encourage you in the route towards psychology if that's what you really want. But I also understand, you know, maybe some people just are interested in that subject, and you know, you can use psychology. You can just take classes on the side too. You can use it in a multitude of careers. So if that's something that you still weren't interested in, we do offer programs like the Elkhart Area Career Center, which is where you would go half of the day to a vocational school in Elkhart, and you'd learn different trades. So there's business, entrepreneurship, like auto mechanic, like I can get you a list of a whole variety of different, they have tons of different concentrations you can choose from. I think there's some in like criminal law or like forensics, things like that. They have a big array, and that's really appealing to a lot of students because they, sorry, just checking the time, because they, I think we might be over. I don't know, sorry. I don't know. because they don't necessarily see the need for their the traditional education they're getting here, like English and stuff. And so they spend half of the day at the Elkhart Area Career Center working on vocational skills, and then half the day here still. So there is a compromise. They still do have to do some work here, and the agreement is that they do have to continue to put in the effort here in order to stay in the program. But those are just a couple of options. Do any of those sound appealing to you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a lot to take in, but, I didn't realize there was other options out there than, just getting through. And I certainly didn't think that college was an option, but, if you say that it could be worked out somehow, then maybe that's worth taking a look at, It's just, those seem like good options. It's just been tough trying to, think straight with everything going on. It's just easier just to, kind of check out and not really think about school. So.
Yeah, I'm sure that must be hard. Well, yeah, I would love to help assist you in this. And that may give more kind of a push and momentum to continue to put in the effort here. Like I said, we really want to see you thrive and see you succeed here at Penn and finish strong. So yeah, if any of those are of interest to you, I can get you, when we leave, I can get you some more information on both of those. We have a list of a lot of different scholarships, and there's tons out there that you wouldn't even know you are eligible for. So I can give you a list of that, and also the Elkhart Area Career Center stuff. We actually need to wrap up here, but yeah, I can give you that. And then I would say, just because this is kind of time sensitive, like I said, your teachers, they're talking about expulsion, so that's kind of serious, and we need to get to an agreement of your goals and your plan to finish here in order for them to be on board. So I would say maybe get back to me. I can give you my email address, and maybe just get back to me within the next couple of days, and we can meet again to kind of go in one of these directions. But take those 2 days, talk about it with your parents and your family, see how you're feeling about it.
All right.
Does that sound good?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Okay, great. Well, Brad, thank you so much for your honesty today. Thanks for sharing about your family and the stuff that's been going on at home, your dad losing his job. That must be really hard. And I really appreciate your openness about it today. We will stay in touch about this stuff. But I don't want to keep you because I know you're going to lunch. But yeah, thank you so much for meeting with me, and just let me know when you reach a conclusion, and we will convene again and start with some goals. How does it sound?
That sounds good to me.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
I will let you go then. Do you know what's on the menu for lunch today?
I have no idea, but I'm sure it will be gross.
Oh, I remember my days of school lunches.
The good old days, huh?
All right, well, thank you, Brad. Have a great day.
You got it.